One. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Put Paint on It. This is your every Thursday and Friday hobby show here on SkaredCast, where we sit down with me, my wonderful co-host Tanya, and even more amazing guests every single week. This is season 3, episode 17, I think, and we have a wonderful guest on today. Katie plays 40k, also known as the Hive Queen and/or the Boop Machine.
And or Jinx.
Jinx.
The list of titles is unending at this point.
The titles grow together with the swarm. So welcome. Thanks a lot for coming on and joining us. This is the second or third time we've had you on.
That time, and I feel slightly offended now.
Well, we've had a lot of guests. Okay, just saying. There's been a lot of people.
Don't backpedal.
I can't save myself from that one. Tanya, help.
No.
Dang it. I've been left out to dry. Good morning,
Yes.
Nameless. Hello, chat. But stick around. We're going to be chatting. We're going to be talking. We're going to be asking questions. We're going to be drinking tea. And this is the first live stream from the new studio. Let me see if I can show it off. Hold on.
You can't because you got the filter thingy on.
No.
We're just going to go off into space.
I'm in a green void. You can't see anything behind me. Oh no. Will it pick up anything? No. There we go. Look. There's glimpses.
Just move it real fast.
Anyway, that's my paint table. My paint thing.
I'm sorry if anybody got motion sick with that.
Just don't look at my little cube while we're doing that. Okay, I'm working on this Baron Sathan guy dude. I think he's like a 3D print or like a resin cast from many years ago, when the Baron was a thing that you could take in a Dark Eldar army. And I'm probably gonna do another coat of black, because the resin I did prime on with a brush instead of like actually spraying it primer, so it's terrible.
That is horrible.
Yep. But other than that, that's what I'm working on today. But after that, introducing my wonderful co-host Tanya Gates. Hello, Tanya.
Hello.
Where are you? Who are you? And what are you doing today? And where can people find you?
Well, I'm on the west coast of Canada. It's raining today in the desert, which is crazy. I'm not really functioning. I did not sleep very well last night. However, you can find me on my own YouTube channel, Unfortunate Narrative Podcast, and Instagram, Patreon. And I'm going to be working a little bit more on my ogres. I'm doing them. I've decided, because I have a big bin full of ogres now. Mark Whitaker gifted me a bunch, which I went through and scraped mold lines on and fixed what I could. And so I probably have about 5,000 points of foot ogres to paint. So I've decided I want to do them all different skin tones. So this batch of lead belchers I practiced doing dark skin tones on.
Nice.
And I really like it. So I just have to finish a few details, do their bases, and they're done.
That's amazing. That's how I did my Bullgrin. I literally, on my Bullgrin, I tried I have 6 Bullgrin. None of the skin tones are the same with all my Bullgrin. I did some like darker, lighter, used browns and different colors and tans and everything. It was a very cool experience to just test different skin tones and just have fun painting, making sure that they weren't all uniform, same skin tone, because that's not really realistic at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still batch painting them because I have a lot to do. But I'm just gonna do each batch a different color, is the plan.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's also interesting too because I painted my first ogres 4 years ago, I think, and it's just really interesting to see how much faster I can paint these things now. So I'm enjoying the process.
Nice. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. Thanks for sharing, Tanya. And looking forward to seeing the finished product because it's been really cool to see you playing lots of Age of Sigmar. And it's a really fun game, and I'm really pumped for that. So which is really, really cool. Okay, but introducing our wonderful guest for today, Katie Plays 40K from Instagram fame and tabletop tactics presenting extraordinaire, who's known for going around and making boop reels of things.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's more what I'm known for at this point.
Where you literally go and, by booping, we mean literally pressing the noses of things.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so for anybody who doesn't understand what a to boop is. But
Where
tell
have
us,
you been? I don't know what a boop is.
well, okay, just because I live in a cave, Tanya, doesn't mean...
Boomer.
I know, please teach me the ways of your youngling ways. All you younglings.
He's actually younger
and
than
my-
me. I'm the old
and
one
my-
on this stream.
Me and my Grognar friends don't know what a boop is. But it's all a boop the money. Ha! Get it.
God, shut up.
That's a topical reference, right?
Hmm.
Since Tom Cruise is at the box office again. Anyway, hello chat, Dr. Rhino, Glacial Geek, Luke, Charles,
Man, all the famous people are here.
Brandon, Michael,
Yeah.
Javier, Bren J Painting, Xanthiades. Hello. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Okay, so Katie, tell us a little about who you are, where you're from, and how people can find you.
Well, I think you've done a pretty good job explaining who I am. All you need to know is the boops and the Hive Queen and that shenanigan. I am from England, in case you can't tell from my accent. More importantly, I am from Tabletop Tactics now at this point. You can find me on my personal Instagram, which is KatiePlays40K, or if you want the Tabletop Tactics stuff, which is probably way more interesting, we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and our own on-demand service, tabletoptactics.tv, which I highly recommend signing up to because we have a real fun time over there, and we play games.
Nice. We play
That's
games.
me!
Come hang out. That's exciting.
Mhm.
I recently saw you because, I'm very excited about seeing other Dark Eldar players, that you've been doing some basing on some Dark
Mhm.
Eldar that you recently
Mhm.
got, which is exciting because I play
Yeah.
Dark Eldar too.
I never knew that. That's really interesting. Tell me more about that.
The Dark Kin, indeed.
Yeah,
Um,
so I ordered the Siege Army I think I ordered it back in October. Literally played Witch Cults for the first time, came away and was like, right, I'm gonna write up a list to get commission painted. Because that's how my brain works. And I finally got them literally just before we moved, which was so frustrating because I couldn't get them out of the box. I couldn't justify getting them all out of their safe packaging just to move them across the country.
yeah.
So now I've finally got the chance to base them when we moved and settled here. I've actually played a game with them on the channel now.
Ooh.
I managed to
fancy.
get enough points, and it was really fun. We did Jakari versus Eldar.
Nice.
So that was a really fun game. And the basing's been a fun experience because I hate basing.
I used to hate
And-
basing too.
Yeah.
Feel ya.
And then I found a really fast way for them to look nice, and now I kind of really enjoy it.
Now you're gonna go and do all your nids?
Well, yes, which is a problem for me because I have a lot.
How many points
Um,
of armies do you have in general?
So, in terms of built, I have about 4,500 points of Tyranids, 2,600 of Drakari, and I'm not going to count the Dark Eldar and the the Dark Eldar, the Dark Angels, and the World Eaters. But I also have 4,000 points of Black Templars that I need to build, which I haven't even started
Ooh, Black
yet.
Templars. That's another one of my armies too.
I am slowly stealing your identity.
Not my
Oh
identity.
no! Oh no! That means there's gonna be dad jokes. No!
Dad jokes everywhere. Get
Yes.
ready, internet. Get ready for more dad jokes. Because that's what you all are signing up for, and I love it. But hello, everybody in chat. Thanks for coming to hang out and chill with us. You know what? I'm going to say I love this matte black color from the army painter.
It's pretty nice.
It goes
Yeah.
off so much better than fucking Chaos Black or Abaddon Black. Because it's just like I'm putting it on this mod, and it's like the coverage is better. It's not slipping and sliding everywhere. Ugh. Anyway, you get a vote.
It's not
from
as good
me.
as Vallejo Black though, but it's like this my second favorite one.
I haven't used Vallejo Black, but considering
It's
I love
good.
Vallejo Turquoise or Jade or whatever that color is, not Jade, Warlord Purple. Warlord Purple.
Yes, correct.
The one that I use for all my purples, or my pinks, the pink color that I use, then I wouldn't be surprised because it is freaking fantastic, and I am a fan already. I haven't even used it. I'm already a fan. I need to go get some.
Is there not a store that sells that around you?
Probably. Remember, I predicate a lot of what I do on something called low overhead. Okay, which means I will use what I have available until I
Cheap
don't have
AF.
it available anymore. So all this like planning out a paint scheme and stuff, instead of me going, ooh, I would like to combine these colors together to make something fun. It's more like, what colors do I have to available to me, and how can I put those colors together to make something work? So it's like a different process, I guess. I don't know. I'm crazy that way. Or lazy.
You're crazy in many ways. That's just one of them.
I like being crazy. So
I like that you're crazy.
Why, thank you, Tanya. You're so kind. You know, if anybody would sign up to my crazy, it's called Patreon. So you can help me out over there. And help me be crazy forever.
Yes, because you need help.
Yes, I do. I need more help to be crazy, and I need people to cheer me on as I get crazy. Although, do you hear about the thing that happened to me with Facebook ads? That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Pissed me off so
okay,
much.
Question though. Yeah. Do you find that the ads are good return on investment?
Usually they're okay. It just like, even though it doesn't lead to potentially like direct signups, it's just good for like publicity, right? You know, the fact that like people know that it's available or whatever is good. So, and I'm still kind of testing it out. Was it worth the amount that I got charged? No.
No.
Was it worth before? Like, looking at I just haven't had the heart to go in and look at the impressions or whatever, like the rate of you know what I mean? However, what I am finding is that it's just showing it to a lot of people who already know who I am, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
that's what I always found. We used to pay for ads with the roller derby team, and we didn't really get very good return on investment. So
so
I'm
that's
kind
like
of biased.
the thing for me. I'm like, you know what? It's cool. I like it, but it's like, you know, John's telling me he saw it like a million times, and he already knows who I am. I don't need to tell John who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to find new people, not like people who like are like, here's the Skari again. You know, like, fuck.
It's funny because like I feel like all of my Google ads that I see are for things I've already bought. Like, you don't need to sell me on this. I've already got this. You know?
Yeah.
It's like they look at my Amazon purchase history and they just like send me those ads. And it's like, no, I already have these.
Yeah.
If
you like this thing? Would you like a million more of them?
No.
I mean, that
one
would
is good
probably
enough.
work on me. So.
Is that why you play Nids?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can just justify the endless swarm that way.
The endless swarm. Okay, so I literally put too much black out here, so I'm gonna put some black on these bases.
Do it.
And then I should have probably, well, now I have to wait for him to dry, so I did not plan this out very well. Then again, most of the stuff in the studio is still packed in boxes, but I got my shop lights, which means I'm going to be able to put the lighting up, and then I'll be able to have someone over for a game. Ideally.
Yay!
Is today Thursday? Today is Thursday.
Yes.
That means I get to do the next premiere of the like cool little video. I'm excited. It's nice to kind of get into a routine halfway through a routine when I'm like not doing a routine. Does that make sense?
What?
What?
Like, okay, I like a routine. I'm a big fan of routine. I
Okay.
thrive with routine. So the
Mhm.
fact that this whole
Same.
move has happened has thrown me off this quote routine that I normally have.
Okay.
Of like Monday I do this, Tuesday I do this, but like
Still
I have
following. Okay.
my stream, right? We've got the stream, and then I do my like live premiere of like the battle report that was uploaded for Patreons earlier this week.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of happy that everything's set up so I can do that, even though it's like going to be in the middle of me moving stuff and fixing things. So it's like I'm doing my routine, even though
Mhm.
I'm like completely not doing my regular routine, if that makes sense.
It's a mix of the
Gotcha.
normal in the strange.
There you go. So mixing it
Okay.
up.
Makes
Thank
sense.
you for explaining because that really made no sense until you did.
I usually find that when I speak, nonsensical things come out of my mouth hole. A lot of the
Correct.
time.
Yeah.
So as
I
if you're
do.
tied into my crazy, then you understand my crazy, but if not, you don't. ESO Win, Army Painter paints are great. Yeah, I have been using the set that Adam Abramowitz gave me 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, look at this name dropper.
Yeah,
See?
back from when I was at Vegas, and he literally gave me a 50 paint set and was like, here. And I was like, just starting out at that point, doing content creation full time, and like getting a full set of 50 paints, that's a chunk of change. Okay, like from somebody who's a hobbyist, like paints aren't cheap. So so getting like a big paint set can sometimes be like a major purchase for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So him just handing me all those paints, I still have most of them that are still like that I use, you know?
I feel like you could get better results if you got yourself a vortex mixer.
I definitely do. I need one of those. Now that I
Yeah.
have a full setup. You know what's
Yeah.
really cool? I finally have my full. Do you guys have like a paint set, like a rack, like a full rack set? I got one from
No, but I
Red
Um,
Leaf.
desperately want one.
I made one.
I got one from Red Leaf Customs, and when I was at the old place, I couldn't set it up fully because I didn't have the space for it. But now it's fully
Mhm.
set up, and it looks fucking awesome. It's part of my language, internets, but
I'm
it looks
so
great.
jealous.
I think I took a picture of it and put it up online. But it's like, it's amazing. It's like, I love it. And now I want to use all of these paints. And then I look and I'm like, why do I have 5 of like this random paint that I'm never going to use? Anyway.
I usually have at least 3 bottles of Xandri dust.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I just find that I like this one for mixing in colors, and also I always have like Baneblade Brown because it's like the base for all like skulls and stuff. But yeah, I made my paint rack out of molding actually because it was really cheap, and because I have a very small space that I'm working with. It's about like 2 feet by 2 feet.
Mhm.
So I built up a rack in front of my desk with all my paints in front of me, and it's just like takes up no room at all, and I can see everything that I have. So yeah, that's what I did,
Nice.
and it cost like $5.
Well, that's cool.
That is, mine are just like, I've done my best to organize them in an order, but they're all just on the same surface. So it's going to be a nightmare to get them all out. And it stresses me out looking at it right now.
Yeah, I have
I need
like
to get a proper shelf.
I have them like the shelf is deep enough that I can usually fit 3 rows of paint, but I only do 2.
Yeah.
These are like the colors that I use the most. I have like a bunch of bins also that are like full of paint, but these are like the 300 colors that I use the most.
Nice. Nameless says, what are people working on this morning? I've got Drukari doing a lot of edge highlighting. Looks nice, but it takes forever. Yeah, amen to that. I know how that feels. I'm working on some Drukari as well, Incubi, and a stand-in for the Baron's Athenix, or like a Helion character, essentially, which is what this is. Katie's working on a Dima Charon.
Yeah, Yep.
And Tanya's working on some ogres from
Rawr.
lead belchers specifically. Nice.
Eel.
Because they belch lead. It's a very, very unique naming convention.
Yeah. I mean, they're ogres, man. They're not smart.
That's right. They're smart. Nurgle
Smarty.
Snurgle. Hey, Nurgle Snurgle. Glacial Geek says, Phil. Hey, Phil. Glacial Geek. What's going on, buddy? Says, can confirm Vortex Mixer is the best thing ever. I use a spice rack for my paints, says Paul Greer. Spice rack would be a good, like, if you know, to be honest, like, a hobbyist, I'll tell you this right now, will make do with what they have to achieve what they need. Like, we are, like, converters and, like, we are hobbyists at heart. We will literally take scraps of junk and turn them into things that we need. Like, that's just a thing that we do. So if you can't, like, don't have a full paint rack, like a professional paint rack that you see, like, all these painters have on, like, Instagram or whatever, you literally get, spice rack, for example. Or, you know, I don't know, I used, like, an old shoebox for a long time, which is, like, a bunch of paints. And, you know, just, like, a little cabinet-y thing. And it was, like, the whole setup was, like, 3 different pieces of furniture from like 4 different colors or something. It was just a hodgepodge, but it worked.
I like just end up building a lot of stuff because I live in a very small place and I have to fit like all my painting stuff as well as this giant game table in this room. So I just sort of like look at the space that I have and like none of my stuff is pretty. Like nothing is finished nice. But it's all very functional, and yeah, like I have a little, like I have Rubbermaid bins beside me that I've stacked up, and that's like what I use for my mouse because I also work in this corner of this room. So, and like I built my desk because I found that I had painter's neck a lot. And like I was like in pain all the time, and I was like, I need a taller desk. So I built a tall desk for myself, and then my husband's tall, so we're like, we need a tall table, so we built a tall table.
A tall desk.
It's smart.
Or a table for playing.
Yep.
I have a little mini pool table. I got it at like a garage sale. And it's like a bar pool table. It's nothing like, it's not like a full size one. And so because the move downsized the whole house, I'm gonna be using that. I'm gonna put like a tablecloth on it, and then my board. I've got like a 6x4 MDF board. It's gonna like basically go on that as my gaming table, and then I can take it off and like have people over to play pool or whatever.
That's cool.
So it'd be a cool little hangout area. Although if we're playing a game, we're probably gonna be playing Warhammer. Just saying. That's just me.
The illusion of choices there, though.
Yeah. It's not going to be anything else. It'll just be 40k. Or AOS. Glacial Geek. Oh, hey, Nurgle Snurgle. What's going on? Nice to see you. Recently got some cheap acrylic nail polish racks for my paint, holding, and also has been a major quality of life increase. Nail polish racks. Interesting. Like
I keep getting suggested those. Just like order them online. Like you get the clear racks. Apparently they fit the Citadel paints in perfectly.
Well, that sounds convenient.
Yeah. Someone suggested, so part of my setup, I've got a magnetized board thing. I know it has a name, I can't think of the name. That I get a rack and I magnetize it. So that would be cool. I want to do cool stuff, but I never have time.
I'm actually really excited because I've got the shop lights, and I'm gonna be putting. I'm gonna be hanging one shop light down here right over my paint desk, and then I've got this like the little arch thing that I'm gonna have as well. So essentially, I'll have that, and then I have 2 more shop lights I'm gonna be putting up for like filming, which will be really good. And yeah, so that's the extent of me. Sorry, Tanya, you were gonna say something.
I forgot.
Something about.
You gotta remember, I didn't sleep last night.
Mm-hmm. I use a makeup case for my paints. And Nurgles says Antiades. Nurgle says hobbyists are orcs. I agree.
Yes.
We're all worrying about something. War this and balance that and war the other thing.
Shh.
Okay, Charles says, damn Slanesh demons. Yeah, it makes sense. Mikey Creed, afternoon to you from the Emerald Isle. Hello. Welcome. I'm from Diamond Cove. Coolish Dan, Tanya's not having any of this. I'm glad you find this amusing, Katie. Watching your stream for inspiration, getting a bit carried away with PC games instead of painting, says Coolish Dan. Well, don't I have a solution for you? Hashtag just put paint on it. That is literally the solution.
Well, you just throw paint on your PC?
Everything, okay? Literally just paint everywhere. Tim says the Dima. Seems like a big. I've seen those are actually big models. Like I
They're
know.
huge.
Okay, let me get the legs because literally it's the same size as my face.
That is crazy big.
Yeah. So.
I know Diogo and a couple of our Tyranid players have used them because they were using the Crusher Stampede or whatever, and Dimas were incredibly popular. But they're a Forge World model, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever worked a lot with Forge World models?
No.
No? Is this your first one?
I had the Stone Crusher Carnifexes, but that's literally just the tiniest add-on.
It's I guess it's a conversion kit on those.
Yeah. This painting, it's being really fun. I'm really enjoying painting. Building it made me want to kill myself.
I was watching your stories while you were building it, and I was like, I've been there, man. I've been there.
It was this, the worst part, which I didn't tell anyone, I built it. It was all in one piece. Together, the legs and the body weren't separate. I took it outside to prime, and I dropped it.
Oh no! It's the worst.
Yeah, I then spent an hour gluing all the tiny little bits back onto it.
Meanwhile, you're like, this is the stupidest hobby ever. Why do I even do this?
It's rage quit. Instead of booping,
I can't rage quit.
Instead of the booping queen, you'd be the yeeting queen. You'd grab you just yeet.
Oh yeah.
Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Felicia. Dima Carol. That's funny.
Oh my god, you should totally name your Dima Felicia.
Felicia the Dima?
That's perfect.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Come here, Felicia. Either that or Steve.
It has
or
her
whatever.
name.
Steve.
No.
Steve.
Don't.
Steve. Or is it Steve? Or is it John? What's the name?
Oh, it's a lady.
Oh, okay. Fine. Fair enough. Sorry.
Felicia. She's Felicia now.
She's Felicia now? Well, we have officially named the Dima.
I did try and let the internet have the opportunity to name my succubus, but they came up with Bob. So.
Bob the succubus, eh?
Yep. And she got accidentally named.
She just fucks everything up.
It made me so sad. I wanted to have a really cool name.
Well, okay. You're leaving it up to an audience that came up with Boaty McBoatface or whatever that was.
I know.
You can't.
I do call it
with that one.
You can't really.
I do call it
much else.
Bodie McBoatface. I played with Bodie McBoatface for the first time on Saturday, and I actually, because I make cue cards for everything, I actually wrote Bodie McBoatface on it. Yeah,
amazing.
It stuck.
It did stick. Knit armies are really hard to transport and store.
Yeah, this is never going anywhere ever. This is not leaving my house.
Most Forge World things are very hard to transport, especially because they're brittle and you spend so much time on them, you don't want to break them. I feel like the first Forge World thing I ever had was a Forge World Dark Eldar Raven, which is a fighter they don't make anymore. And that got painted and sort of like painted, not too fast. And then the other one I had was a Reaper, which is a one you can buy still. It's like an upgrade kit for a raider. It makes like a cannon with like a really long gun.
Yeah.
And it's like a big sail. And that was literally in a box for like 3 years. I was like terrified of like painting and putting this together. And then what happened is I got a Tantalus, right? Which is another big forge roll kit.
That's a big thing.
It is a okay, Tantalus is massive. And I got it, and I was like, I'm not having this freaking thing sit in a box for 3 years. And I built it, primed it, and base coated it in 3 days. And I was like, that was like a milestone for me. I was like, I got it done. And then I did 2 more Reapers, and then I did a Revenant Titan, and then a Phantom Titan, and I have another Revenant Titan I need to paint. Thanks, Gear Guts Mech Shop, for that, because the big game's going to be coming up at some point, and I need more Titans. Or else we're just going to lose, because he's got like 1 million orc tanks.
He may or may not be designing something else. It's really big.
Oh, I like it. That's exciting. Very exciting. Putting together that Dima says ISO win. That reminds me of 3rd edition pewter Wraith Lords. Oh, always falling apart. Anything pewter from back in the day. Like today's generation will never understand the pain of putting a metal hurricane bolter together.
I have a old pewter bloodthirster I need to put together at some point.
Ugh. Pin it or use like epoxy or something, because that shit will fall apart. It's like Abaddon McNoarms. Like you'd put like old Abaddon together and his arms would just be like bloop every time. Like his arms were like heavier than his body almost, and his arms would just like fall off all the time. Yeah.
So I was given a bunch of these ogres, and like the ogre line is really old. Like a lot of the characters are metal if you're lucky, or fine cast if you're not lucky. And in that box, that giant box of stuff that Mark sent me, there was a bunch of gorgers, and they're all metal, and they've all fallen apart in transport.
Were they gorgers?
I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm sorry.
They were not gorgers.
No, they're really ugly actually, because they're a really old model. But I'm kind of glad that they fell apart, because I'm just gonna soak them in nail polish remover, get all of the glue off and everything, and then I'm gonna pin them and I'm gonna put them together properly with not GW glue.
Nice.
Smart.
Samuel
not
says,
GW
"Ooh,
glue.
the lack of reaction, LOL." Well, if you've ever watched the show, you just know how much Tanya loves my jokes. The humor is palpable, and she really enjoys every joke I make.
Nice.
She doesn't even give me the time of day. Won't even smile. Nope. Nothing. She's like, "Shut up, Skari."
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I said it because I felt it. It was oozing from like half a continent away. No, whole continent away. I could feel it down my spine. Makes my little hair tingle up. Katie should get hazardous duty pay while painting that model. Gonna poke your eye out.
Yep. I'll get Lawrence on that one.
Camarade Arctis. It's only taken me a year to get my start collecting Chaos Space Marine to the oil wash stage. Nice. You know what? It doesn't matter how long it takes you to paint.
Nope.
Something. Like, it honestly does not matter. Like, hobbying, painting, collecting, like, any game or anything is literally a personal journey. Right? So,
yep.
And the hardest part is coming to terms with how, coming to terms with your own, journey. Because a lot of times we compare ourselves with everybody else, and that honestly is, one of the things that bums you out the most. So if it takes you a year to paint 10 Space Marines, right, or whatever, and at the end of the year, you've got 10 painted Space Marines. Whatever. I've been playing for 23, 22 years? I've been playing for a long time. Okay, I've been playing for a long time, and it means that if I would have done 10 Space Marines a year, like I'd have 2 fully painted companies of Space Marines by now. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I'd continue because I have many more years to go. So I would maybe paint a rhino as well. Because I'd
Big
want a rhino.
dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Although that might take me a little bit longer. Who knows?
The way that I look at it is like you just like inevitably will get better and you inevitably will get faster with every model that you paint. So just don't worry about it. You know? You're on your own timeline and it's a hobby, and if anybody tells you that you have to do it a certain way, they're full of shit.
Tell them that
Yeah.
they aren't the boss of you and they can't put you in a corner. Okay?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya, for following up that reference.
You're welcome.
I got that reference.
Yeah, we're boomers though, so you know we had to make that '80s reference.
I wasn't alive in the 80s.
I mean, we were barely alive in the '80s.
It's like,
yeah.
you know, I'm surprised we
still
survived
counts,
the '90s and '80s. Like the amount of shit we could do back then. And then again, how our parents survived the like '60s and '70s. Who the fuck?
I had lawn darts.
Yeah, I literally had a chemistry set at home with a random bunch of weird chemicals that we combined to try and make something fizzy. But we didn't know. We didn't know.
What?
Yeah. It was a full
I'm gonna mix this ammonia and bleach and see what happens.
It was like a full chemistry set with like a bunch of different stuff, and you'd like mix things to get fizzy reactions or whatever, like different colors. I could have made some sort of very toxic vapor that would have killed me or something. Did. Who the fuck knows?
Like, it explains so much.
Oh, thanks a lot. I huffed chemicals when I was a kid, and that made me who I am today. Excellent. Now, it makes a lot more sense now. Josue Arriola says, I finally finished my Osiren Pattern Dreadnought. Osiren Pattern Dreadnought? What kind of pattern dreadnought is that? Is that like a 3D print dreadnought? Is that like a specific type of dreadnought? Samuel says, letting go of expectations and allowing yourself to experiment is sometimes hard but rewarding. 100%.
It's the most rewarding for me, personally.
Yeah, just kind of like letting go and like just like trying stuff out, you know, finding things that like, you know, that seem scary at first, but then like are exciting at the end of the day. It's really fun.
Like the best thing for me has been like not being scared to ask people advice. Like I have learned so much in the past couple of months because I'm not scared to go to better painters or like people who can do stuff that I can't. Be like, can you tell me how to do that, please?
Awesome.
Like, that's the best thing ever.
I know, like, yeah, I'm a stubborn bastard. So like I'll ask and be like, I've asked a few times, but it's mainly like what colors go with what, and then every once in a while I'll be stuck on like I want to get this look, and then I'll ask like one of my painter friends, or I'll like Tanya will be like, you need this paint. I'll be like, ooh. And then I try this paint, and I'm like, where have you been all my life, paint?
It's been at the store that you've not been looking through the paints because you've got paint. You've got paint at home. You're like an '80s mom. We've got McDonald's at home.
Yeah, I've got. You know how many times I wanted new stuff for school? I never got new stuff for school because I had old stuff that I still needed to use for school. Okay, so we had old notebooks, pens, paper, pencils, and I had to use all the old stuff because it still worked. That's what I grew up with. Anton. Oh, now they have to use Mentos and Coke and chew on Tide Pods.
That's true.
Apparently that's a thing. No internet or cell phones in the 80s either. What a wild time. Well, even through the 90s and early 2000s, right? Like, that was, like, or, like, it wasn't really a thing until later in the 2000s. It became, like, much more of a thing. The chemistry set vapors explains the jokes. So it sounds wild. See, Tanya, it's not my fault, okay? You
I
are
feel
mean
like
to
I have
me
an
because-
ally.
Yeah. Anton's totally on your side. I think the whole chat is mainly on everyone's side but mine. Okay.
That's how you know it's a good
Downvote-
chat.
Downvote for Skari. You know what's really funny is I've taken that like downvote for Skari and I've made it my own. So every video I'm like, yeah, downvote for Skari because there's this one guy, and I literally explained it on this one video. I'm like, there's this one guy that keeps on commenting downvote for Skari, so downvote for Skari,
What?
right? And I'm like, help the algorithm gods. And literally on like the latest mini wargaming video that I'm on, there's that same guy putting downvoted for Skari. I'm pretty sure he didn't watch the whole video. He just clicked downvote, so he has no idea that he's playing into the fun now, and that's amazing.
Amazing.
And I love it.
That's so good.
And I was like, yes, it has gone to plan. I commented. I replied. Anyway, it's really funny.
So I have a troll on my YouTube channel now.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh, you've made it. You've
I've
made it. You have
I've
a
made
resident troll.
I've got a troll, and
Wow.
and yeah, so he was basically like super aggressive and insinuating that I have no business making Warhammer 40k videos because I'm mostly playing Age of Sigmar right now. And then he's like, your last video was about Warhammer 40k, and I was like, no, it wasn't. It was about wargaming in general. And he's like, no, this is the title. But no, that was a quote that was on the thumbnail. And I was like, homie, did you even watch it? And then he crickets.
Yeah, you didn't even watch it.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't watch it. Yeah.
They don't. They just want attention.
Yeah.
Who among us hasn't huffed the odd chemical or two as a child? That is true. Those
Yeah.
those scented markers were great.
Oh, I still have some. I have
Man.
some. They're in my
watched,
stationery box.
I've been
Sometimes I
watching
just
this-
open the pink one.
I've been watching this show called oh my god, what's the name? It's like a animated series on Netflix about the deep state or whatever. What's it called?
This is about scented markers.
No, it is.
Okay.
It is. So it's for fuck's sake. Anyway, it's an anime series. It's really funny, and it's like they have this episode because they're like a deep state conspiracy like organization that like whatever, and they have this experiment that they have going on in like the remote mountains of the U.S. where they have this city that's like perpetually stuck in the 80s for like for testing purposes or whatever.
Ugh.
And so they go, Inside Job. Thank you so much. It's called Inside Job. It's hilarious. The writing is really good and very funny. And so they go in and like one of the characters literally is like, ooh, scented scented markers. He like huffs them so hard and he gets like really fucking like high. It's hilarious. Okay. And I was like, that's funny.
I kind of want to go downstairs and just go get all my scented markers. Get the dark blue one, the light blue one, and
which
the
one was
pink
the one that smelled like shit?
Wait, were you eating them?
No. The one that tasted
Like,
absolutely terrible. Was
actual-
it brown? Was it brown the one that always tasted
No,
bad?
brown is like
There was
cinnamon.
one that tasted terrible all the time. Just
Tasted?
No,
Steve
not
keeps
tasted.
saying
Smelled
tasted.
terrible. Smelled terrible. There was one that just smelled terrible.
Well, I mean, the black
Right.
one is black licorice, and it smells like
Blech.
black licorice.
Hmm.
But like not good black licorice, like Twizzlers black licorice.
I don't remember. All I remember is that it's pretty funny. That and of course like the scratch and sniff stickers. All I remember from my childhood is Pogs and how we used to
Yes.
like collect Pogs like crazy. And instead of fighting over like Pokemon cards and Magic cards, we'd like stab each other over Pogs.
What
Like-
Did
the
you?
hell?
Were you,
No,
were
we
you
wouldn't
the
actually stab each
asshole
other.
that had like?
I didn't. I
that-
had no money, so I couldn't afford all the Pogs. Okay, I just
But
had
were
my
y-
stash because I was.
Did
good
you
at
have the
playing.
one that looked like a saw blade, like the,
I didn't have
that,
any
that
of the
just
fancy
like
ones.
wrecked?
So in
That just
Mexico,
like wrecked everybody's
Pogs
pogs.
were inside the chips. Okay, so you buy a bag of chips or crisps, I guess in your case, Katie, and then the Pogs would just be in there. They were Pokemon Pogs, that like the like hologrammy ones, and there was a whole bunch of different ones. And that's where I remember getting my Pogs from. Yep.
I got mine at the flea market, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I had like all the quintessential 90s ones, so the ones with like roses and aliens and like magic 8 balls,
Nice.
yin yang symbols. Yeah, I had all those ones. Although I had some Earthworm Jim ones, which were pretty cool.
Oh, there was this Coca-Cola had this like promo back in the day of these like in Spanish they were called Yelocos, which I think translates to like crazy ice people. And they were like they were like little, technically I guess little like ice cubes that all had different personalities. Like honestly, check them out. They were all like really wacky, and you had to like collect them. So you'd like hand in all your like Coca-Cola caps or whatever, and then you'd like trade them in for like these little fucking character Yeloco guys. And then you could like freeze them, and they were like glow in the dark and shit. Anyway, there was like all the chemical-y stuff that we could do in the 90s that would kill your children slowly with cancer.
Wild Town, be alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marka Korn says, Katie smiling over there thinking, it's like I'm on a webcast with my grandparents. Because we're that
I mean, I'd
old.
say yes, but like, what's a webcast?
That is... Oh.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
See, you even dated yourself, Mark. Just saying. Tim says, side note, Top Gun Maverick, insanely awesome since we're talking about the 80s. Well, considering it did so well in the box office, I did like the original Top Gun. I remember watching that movie many times. So I'm probably going to go watch the other one.
No, me either.
That's Yelocos? Yelocos. Ah, man, now I have to like go and find this freaking Yeloco thing. I'm literally going to find Yelocos. Yelocos. There we go.
To the Google machine.
There were like images for Yelocos Coca-Cola on eBay. Nostalgia que refresca. ¿Te acuerdas de los Yelocos? Yeah, absolutely. They were like little alien freaking ice cube people. I love it. Okay, hold on. Coca-Cola.
Okay, I'm gonna have to apologize for my unprofessionalism and that I use a phone for this and I forgot to check, so I'm gonna have a rubbish audio now. Apologies.
It's all good. Here we go. I'm gonna put the search thing in chat so everybody can go check this out. It is what a heck. No, that's too long. That's a very long HTML. Whoops, that's not gonna work.
You mean URL?
URL. Yes. Don't judge me. Hey, here we go.
Too late.
Yeah, I know. You're already judging me. Here we go. Boom. Check that
Only
out.
for things that don't matter, though.
Third generation.
Is it judging or is it gentle
Crazy
mocking?
Bone Sports or whatever. Anyway,
Judging.
apparently there was like many different styles of Yelocos, but they were hilarious to me. Just saying. Okay. I just wanted to share that with everybody.
That is not what I expected.
I know.
At all.
They're just little.
Why does that one look like a penis?
It was the 90s, okay? Everything looked like a penis. especially like kids' toys. You know, just saying. They were.
Why do I
training us.
recognize these?
I don't know if they were done in other countries as well, or if they decided to like.
This is unlocked a core memory for me.
I know. All I remember is that was a big thing for us to collect when we were kids too.
Okay.
Yeah, Crazy Bones. There you go. Those remind me of Crazy Bones, apparently.
Yes,
Tim.
that's the one. That's the one.
I think that's what they... Yeah, Crazy Bones they're probably the same thing, just in Mexico they were called Yelocos, because of course they had to translate it into something different for a different demographic. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were like a worldwide thing that like everybody ended up having to get or whatever. Mm-hmm. We had those in Spain, says Eduardo. Yeah, see, they were freaking global Yelocos. I knew it. It was the invasion. They were called Gogos. Oh my god, different names.
Did you have the purple penis one? Like I swear it looks like
probably. They probably had a whole variety of different ones. But this is fun. I like reminiscing about random shit. This is great.
I love reminiscing about my
You've just
childhood.
unlocked a core memory. Whoa, I totally forgot those existed and I loved them in like 3rd grade. I know! They were such a thing. They were literally a thing because Coca-Cola was like the shit. And it was like from Coca-Cola, right? Like those who bring you polar bear like drinking Coca-Cola and have no teeth, right? To having weird ice thingies that you collected. I wonder if the
Sure.
collections are worth anything. Who knows?
Probably not, because they probably made a ton of them.
Oh, so remember how I have this like I don't know if I've ever talked about this on stream, but I have this shoebox of Magic cards, right? That I've had
Right.
forever.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
And John was helping me move the other 2 days ago, and we just like flipped through a couple of cards, and like the first card he picks up, he goes, "Ah, that's a banned card that's worth $75 a card." I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Nice. I should probably go through these."
Yeah.
So I might have to go
You-
through some of these. There's like some gems
you-
in there.
You should take them to Matt's.
Yeah, I just hadn't gotten to it because they were stored away, and with the move, they literally came to the forefront of so it's
Yeah.
cool, and it's just neat. I had pocket monsters that are similar. It says Coolish Dan. Nice, very cool.
I had Polly Pocket.
I
Oh,
love
I remember Polly
Pocket.
Pocket.
Hmm.
Oh, or did you guys have Tamagotchis back when you were like growing up?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
remember stealing
They're
them
like
and
big again.
murdering them. I was terrible.
Yeah.
We used to murder the girls' Tamagotchis for fun.
That's horrible.
You'd steal it and then
Mean.
click the reset button on the back.
You're a monster.
I don't say I was proud of my childhood. I just said that's something that was a thing.
I'm disappointed.
We were terrible. We were evil to each other. Also, the girls
What
make
did the
songs
girls do to
about me,
you?
and they used to make songs about me and make me feel like shit. So I had to kill their Tamagotchis.
Yeah, but what happened first?
The songs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I was bullied a lot as a kid.
Aw.
Ditto.
They did not.
Mhm.
They did not like me at all. So, yeah, fuck
The
you, all
girls?
you people. Just like everyone was mean to me. I just feel like I was like too nice and too naive, and like everybody took advantage of that and treated me like shit. And now,
So-
later in my life, I look back and I'm like, they were really mean to me.
Like, I've been doing a lot of soul searching on this lately, because I have for a really long time suspected that I'm on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And like, now I like think back, because I actually there's not a lot of resources for getting like diagnosed as an adult, especially in my area, but
Yeah.
there's two really reliable sort of like checklists. Not a checklist, but it's like a test that you can do at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually score pretty high, at least on certain parts of them. And I was like, this makes sense why people were mean to me,
Yeah.
right? Like, when you think back about it, like, it doesn't excuse their behavior, but like back then, like autism and things, that was not really a thing that we talked about,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know.
So I've doing some soul searching about that lately,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I see it in my son too, right? Like he's 10, and I definitely see things that he's not like he's very particular about certain things and reacts very specifically to some certain things. But I look at him and it's like a mirror image of what I remember myself being as a kid, like in retrospect. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
yeah.
I can see why I was bullied in a lot of ways, and it's kind of sad, but at the same time, nowadays there's a lot more information about that sort of thing, right? And my
Yeah,
mom was
and,
very
like-
British, so she was very like, no doctors, no medicine, you're fine, carry on, blah, blah, blah. Don't let the bombs hit you on the way out, sort of thing. And like British determination or whatever.
Oh dear.
Kids are demons, says Tim. Yes, that is very true.
Yes.
That is going to be the new Chaos Space Marine unit. Demon child.
Just children.
That's funny. Good night, Coolish Dan. It's all 2 a.m. here in the land of Oz, but it was fun painting with you guys. Awesome. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, Coolish Dan. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming to hang out and spending some time with us and all that good stuff. It's really nice to spend time with people from all over the world with Just Put Paint on It, which is a really fun series. This is episode 17. We're going to have 32 episodes, I believe, right? 32, is that right? I think I counted 32. And the season finale, the 2-day season finale, is going to be Graham McNeil from Black Library fame and Duncan
I'm
Rhodes.
literally reading a Graham McNeil book right now.
Nice. Duncan Rhodes and Graham McNeil will be the last two that we have on the show. So if you haven't, make sure you start the series from episode 1 of season 3, and you can watch all the wonderful guests that we've had. Of course, if you're just joining us now, this is Katie plays 40k from Instagram Tabletop Tactics, who plays Tyranids, Dark Eldar, Sisters of Battle. What else do you play? Black Templars.
I played Salamanders the other day. I play Inari. I'm sure there's other stuff in that list. I'm about to learn demons, so
Nice.
a little bit of everything.
Demons are a fun army to learn how to play as well.
What is your learning process like?
Take a book, write a list, get someone to check that list, make sure it's not bad, and then I'm thrown in front of a camera.
Oof.
It's not too bad. I usually make sure that I can, like, if I'm playing something new that I'm playing either against or like with someone in the room who knows the army well.
Mm-hmm.
So I can like check in with them as I'm doing it. And I also make sure like I avoid Battle Scribe like the plague, because I find I rely too much on it. Like, it's far too easy to check stats on there, so I don't learn it. Whereas if I'm looking through the book, I'm finding it in the book, I learn it so much faster than just, let me just whip out my phone.
Yeah. I have a really hard time learning 40k, and then I feel like as soon as I learn it, then everything changes. So I just sort of like gave up on it.
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar is a lot easier for me, and I felt like for a really long time I had a lot of pressure on me to like do well and all of that, and then like I finally won on a battle report, and people like still shit on me in the comments, and I was like, I'm not gonna keep working really hard to like gain the respect of people. I'm just gonna go play Age of Sigmar and have fun and take a break for a while.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's good that you find something that you enjoy, screw what other people want you to do and expect you to do what you want.
Because honestly, like, the people that hate me are just gonna hate me no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
So
they won't even watch your videos,
break.
man. They won't even watch, and they'll just shoot shade your way.
No, but what they will do is, shoot shade your way and increase your engagement. So thanks a lot for the comments.
Hooray! Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. Your hate only makes me stronger.
Like, the down votes are still engagement, homies.
Yeah.
Down vote for Skari.
Down vote for Skari.
That's right. Or up vote for Skari, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on. Duncan's coming back. Cool, says Antiadus. Yeah, it was nice. I was able to secure him for the finale, which will be nice to have him on.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
It's nice. I love the fact that we decided to do the series as like a set number of guests, and it's been really cool to have like such a variety of people on. I love that. I love it. We can have like such a variety of people on, like yourself, Katie. We've got Maxine coming on later in a couple of weeks. We've got like Duncan. We've got Graham. Like I want to get Andy Chambers on again at some point.
I'm gonna like fangirl over Graham McNeil though.
That's completely fine. Like 100%. I literally linked up to his bio, I think, in the little document we have, so that Damien could maybe grab like a topical picture of him or whatever, for the like poster or whatnot. But we'll kind of see how that goes.
So excited.
It's gonna be, and I just love it. I love Just Put Paint on It. It's like literally one of the favorite things that we do. It's like so fun. It was awesome to see you three together in Hobby Along, says Phil the Glacial Geek. Thank you, Phil. I love you too, buddy. Hopefully you can come to Canada soon. Oh, on another note, I will be traveling to Europe later in the year.
Hey.
And got my tickets. It is official now. I am going to Brussels on the 7th and 8th of August for the WTC, which is the World Team Championship. And then I'm going to be flying from Brussels to England on the Sunday or Monday of the 14th or 15th of August. And then I'm going to be in England for a week. So for anybody out there who wants to hang out, the plan is to essentially do as many collabs as physically possible. Yes,
I called it.
you called it. Excellent. I did also reach out to the Spider, Mr. Lawrence, because there has been a global outcry to see him and I throw down, and that has to happen. Okay, that
so
needs
cool.
to happen. The Spider versus the Blade.
I love that you're just like challenging all the Drukari players.
Yes. Which is fun, and then
Not me though, because he's scared of me.
Obviously.
The yeet queen or whatever. It's like just gonna grab my balls and throw them. Hey, Dan Gomez, what's going on? Tell Duncan to call us back, says Dan. I've got an email you can send. Actually, I didn't actually interact with Duncan at all. I interacted with his publicist, or like some person who is the bridge between him and the real world now, because he's
oh man, that'd be nice.
He's
could have somebody to deal with the real world for you.
Yeah, I think
I'd love that.
I think
I need Tough Ghost.
They laid out the ground rules, being like, okay, what's the dates? We have to make sure it's on time, blah, 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 this and that. And I was like, yep, sure, do all this. And then they were like, cool. We booked it in. And I was like, cool. It was very official. Very, very official. Wasn't non-official at all. It was very official. Great Dow to see these wonderful faces. Day. Great day, Green Blood Crusade. Nice. Katie is terrifying, says Green Blood Crusade.
It's true.
Well, I'm
a beast.
I'm going to find that out in real time. It's also really cool because I think Wednesday Vanguard Tactics has their live stream. So I'm hoping to be on their live stream for that Wednesday, which I think will be really
cool.
neat. Yeah, and then I know Hellstorm Mikey I'm going to try to get on with him as well. And then I want to go to Warhammer World for the Thursday. At least that's the plan. And then hang out with community outreach manager, and maybe do a come meet me at Warhammer World on a Thursday sort of thing or whatever. And and that's it. And then I fly back on I think Friday morning, and then I fly back to Ottawa, where that weekend I then have a major GT that I'm going to, which means
you're going to be exhausted.
I'm going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off for 2 weeks.
Is that Capital City?
Capital City Bloodbath, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be, which I didn't win last year, or the last time, not last year. I guess the last time it happened was 3 years ago. I didn't win it when I was defending my championship title. So I want to win it again. That would be.
Well, you're going to have
amazing.
tons of practice going into it.
Oh, yes, I am, with my stupid rack spam list, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
Stupidly fun?
Oh, yeah, stupidly fun. I was afraid I'd love it, and I do.
Hey, speaking of meta and stuff, so I got a bunch of Night Haunt stuff in trade. So I got the new book and I made a list based off what I had, and I had about 1,200 points or so, and then I just went out and played it, and then I joined a TTS tournament thing just for funds, and I was like, okay, I want to play Night Haunt, but I don't want to play something too different. So I just added extra units of what was already in this list to bump it up to 2,000. And then I added one character because he just looks really fun and like a beat stick.
Which one?
And then Kurdos Valentian.
The king guy?
Yeah,
on
the throne.
On
He's
the throne.
A beat
I
stick.
freaking love that character, by the way. He's my favorite Night Haunt character. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so I submitted my list and it's all fine, and then somebody was like, oh, this is a for funsies kind of tournament or whatever, and then somebody was like, yeah, except the Night Haunt, and I was like, did I make a meta list by accident? I was like, does somebody want to help me make a worse list? Because that was not intended at all. And then they're like, well, you took Scarlet Doom. And then I literally posted a picture and I was like, that's because I painted them red.
Which is the Scarlet Doom or whatever.
Yeah.
Technically. That's funny.
Yeah. And like I finished
Is that the
this
one that
guy
you do pick
before-
3 units and they like slowly decay and take mortal wounds over the course of the game?
No, that's the Emerald Host. So the Scarlet Doom is when Bladegeist Revenants charge into any unit, which you're always charging because you can fall back and charge. You take as many dice as are in that unit, and any 5-ups are a mortal wound.
Nice.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's very reminiscent to your ogres, which is
Yes.
which I could see why you like that mechanic. Just like similar. You're like, yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I accidentally made a meta list.
Nice. Accidentally on purpose want to crush people.
Apparently.
Yep.
Apparently. And meanwhile, I'm going into it like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to learn stuff.
That'll be fun. Is your first game later today?
It's actually right after this.
Nice.
We're going to play like the first couple rounds and then save it and then come back to it a little later.
Oh, cool. Who are you playing against?
It's just a guy from this Discord. It's the party at the All Points Discord.
No, I meant what faction are you playing against?
Oh, Ozark Bone Reapers.
Oh, cool. Okay, that'll be a death on death action, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna see who's gonna win
Death
Nagash's
on
favor.
death. Yeah, oh, nice. Well,
Nobody. Nagash only likes himself. So.
Oh, well, that was a quick answer. I guess that is true. Nagash is a bit of
We
a
still
dick,
gotta
so
try though, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
So Katie,
Notice
do you
me,
play
senpai?
Age of Sigmar at all?
I don't. I have ideas for my own personal Sigmar stuff that I want to collect, and Sigmar is coming at some point in the future to Tabletop Tactics, so I'm going to have to
cool.
at some point.
That'll be exciting. That's
And when I
definitely
say
a
some
difference.
point, I mean some point soon.
What factions tickle your lizard brain?
So for me personally, I love the Nighthawk. They're so cool. They just look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I want them. I don't know anything else.
I love the fact that I thought it was you that coined the term crossbows, because there were the little crossbow guys, but there's the little skeleton, and
I think that that's just what they're known as.
is there? Was that right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard. Anyway, so I love
so
those models. They're so cool, and I love the fact that they have the cutest name. There's like crossbows, and people go crossbows every time. I'm like, yeah, the guys, they're crossbows, and they're scary. So they crossbows, they're little ghosts with crossbows.
That's so cute.
I called my list Angry Bedsheets.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The angry bedsheet's gonna get you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sam, thanks a lot for hanging out with us. You have a great day as well. Sam was here yesterday helping me move as well, so that's really nice of Sam to pop into chat and hang out. It's very cool. Neat. Dan, thinking Duncan is scared to face a Warhammer hero, says Addies. That's why he's not getting back to Dan. I know, yeah. It's the weight of that metal. You just bonk him over the head with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how can he two thin coats a bruise on his head?
Oof.
Just saying.
We don't condone violence.
Just put paint on it?
What, sorry?
Aren't you the champion of just put paint on it? Surely that would fix his problem.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what, Dan? Your problem is solved by putting paint on it. His problem is solved by putting paint on it. Everyone's problem is solved.
When are you going on Heroes Brush Hour, Skari?
I don't know. Whenever I receive an invitation.
No, I think that you just say, "Hey, I want to go back on."
Is that how that works?
Right? That's what I said.
Oh.
I was like, I challenge you.
I'd love to go on. There's a few shows that I'd be like, "Ooh, I'd love to do this or that or whatever," and then eventually, I don't know. Sometimes people are afraid to ask me to go on things. I found that out, because there's this podcast called Hump Day 40K. So it's a little
Hump Day.
Yeah, It
Come
goes
out on
out.
Thursdays
Goes
or
out on
Wednesdays?
Wednesdays. Yeah, yeah. So it's definitely Hump Day 40K. But it is a little crude. You know, like around the edges is three dudes like talking Warhammer. They're not exactly like the most PC kind of like three. Um, but
Gotcha.
but they're hilarious and they're very knowledgeable about the game. And they were like, you know, I was like, when are you ever gonna have me on? And he's like, well, don't you have like an image to uphold? I was like, wouldn't it like ruin your image? I'm like, it's like I know how to swear, you know what I mean? Like, so they might have me on at some point. So Tim, Yoshi, Eric, you should have me on. It's hilarious. Okay, so Eric, last episode, he's a Frenchman from Quebec. And they were just chatting about like this GT they went on, and one of the guys was talking, and then literally Eric falls asleep mid fucking podcast, and you can hear him snoring. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life on a podcast, and all of them are just sitting there being like, "What? He literally just fell asleep." I was like, "That is fucking hilarious."
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it, Dan. Hit me up, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. I will crush you. I will crush you and your
I don't
hopes and
know.
dreams.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I don't mess around where there's a competition. I am competitive.
Oh, I
as
know,
fuck.
but
Okay, I will crush
Dan-
this, my fellow Mexican friend. I will.
there can only be one favorite Mexican.
I will make him la cucaracha que no puede caminar. Okay, porque le falta paints. That's right. Just DM'd you. Well, that's how the song goes, right? Let's see your squat form. That's right, buddy. I want to see your war face. Show me your war face. Ah.
I'm just gonna buy all the bits to torture you.
Wait,
Can I join?
Wait. How does
I'll
this
do the
work?
same.
Yeah.
Tell me how this works. What do you mean buy bits? What do you mean?
Mhm.
What do you mean buy bits?
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't know.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
What did I just
Don't tell
sign
him.
up for?
Don't tell him.
What
I'm
did I
not
just
telling
sign
him
up for?
anything.
Ah, boo. Uh-oh. I'm in danger.
Yep.
I just like both of you know what this is. I have no
Uh-huh.
fucking clue. Okay, this is gonna be okay, Dan. Bring it on, buddy.
There was a little bit more
on,
fear in your voice that
buddy,
time.
old pal. There's no such thing as fear. Hold on, let me crush this against my forehead. No, didn't work.
Nice try there, buddy.
I'm so scared.
Greenblood says, "Wait,
trembling.
how did we get here?" I don't know. That's an existential question. Are we answering that today?
No,
How? What
no,
is
we're
the
not.
meaning of life? How did
No,
we
we're
get
not.
here? Oh, well, it is coming to the almost 90-minute mark because
Oh
we've been
wow.
hanging out and chatting and all this good stuff, which has been really, really fun. All of you out there, thank you so much, chat, for making it such a fun, engaging video today. This has been really, really good. I've successfully put a base coat on the building on this model's base. Ta-da! Using the old foundation paint, Charadon Granite, which is not a paint you can find anymore.
No?
Nope.
Wow.
So I want to
Okay.
use it all up so I can throw the pot out.
Oh, that's such a good feeling.
Yeah, I literally was going through all my paints and I was like, "Ooh, that one I can toss. This one I can toss." And then I found out I have,
Did that this morning.
and then I have a million pots of Nuln oil, which I want to use. I was like, "Well, there's a lot of washes that I need to use up." Yep. Anyway, so that'll be. Although now I can get rid of this matte black because I already have a little tub that I'm going to be using to toss all the shit I don't use anymore. I've been squatting for over a year now. I am powerful, says Dad.
Fun
Fair
to
enough.
steal.
Fair enough. Okay, I yield. Okay, bro. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This will be fun. Okay, so before we finish up, Katie, why don't you tell folks, reiterate who you are, where you're from, how people can find you, and any cool projects you have coming up down the pipeline.
Once again, I'm Katie from Katie Plays 40k and Tabletop Tactics, the booper of snoots, the queen of the hives, the sharer of raccoon memes. The list goes
The
on.
yeeter of demons.
The yeeter of... Yes. If you want to find me, I have my own personal account, which is Katie Plays 40k. Other than that, for Tabletop Tactics, we have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all under that name, and our own on-demand service where we upload an extra, 2 battle reports every week, and it's a really fun time over there. And I know there is a video coming to on-demand really soon that I edited, which is absolutely hilarious, and you should all sign up for that. There are lots of exciting projects coming up that I can't talk about quite yet, but they are being filmed and released really soon. So you definitely don't want to miss out on all that really cool news we have coming out. Yes, join us in On Demand Land. It's a really fun time.
Demand you're joining. Yes, that was good. That was perfect. Thank you so much, Katie. This has been really, really fun, as always. Just chilling
I love it.
and hanging out. You're welcome on anytime.
Aw.
And that Dima's looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a big monster that's going to go and nom things.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. If it ever gets played, ever.
Yeah.
It's not as good as it used to be. Tanya.
Thank God. Yes.
Who are you? Where are you from? And how can people find you? And any cool projects down the pipeline?
Well, you can find me on my own YouTube channel. I'm recording tonight for that, so that'll be out next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Forge the Narrative podcast. You can find me on Instagram and my Patreon, Discord. And in terms of projects I have coming down the pipeline, I don't have too much. I'm going to be making some guest appearances here and there, so if you want to keep up with that, just hop onto the Patreon blog because I update that as I go. And I'm going to a tournament not this weekend but the next weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be my first in-person Age of Sigmar tournament.
Nice.
That's about
Good
all I
luck.
got going on right now.
That's exciting.
Apparently my list is dirty, so...
It's because you're a petulant whack player, right? And you just want to crush everyone before you.
Apparently.
I always suspected as much, Tanya.
Yeah. Just
yeah.
Just pull the sheet over their heads and like hockey punch them.
Pull the bed sheet? Yeah. I'm actually playing ogres.
Oh, okay.
In this tournament.
Then you're just gonna bump them over the head with a big heavy instrument.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna run my mammoths into them at full speed.
I played against two Ironbreaker guys or Stonehorns with lords on them, and 2 priest ones with the tusks, and then 2 more regular ones with crossbows and tusks, and the amount of mortal wounds that came out of that list was ridiculous.
Insane.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was so silly. Anyway, have fun. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you crush your enemies.
I hope you crush them underfoot. Shadow Sun says, Katie hype. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks for hanging out, Shadow Sun. Well, after all, thanks a lot, everybody, for hanging out. This is episode 17 of Just Put Paint on It. Of course, if you'd like to support the show, make sure you head on over and support these 2 wonderful people, because a rising tide raises all ships. If you'd like to support me directly, the Patreon is the best way to do it. The link is down in the description, but you can share, do the algorithm things, comment, let me know what you liked about the show. Do you agree or disagree with the Yelocos being the best thing ever? Please let me know down below. Hey, it's a topical 90s thing, okay? Or early 2000s, okay? Just saying. It was totally part of the show. Other than that, thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. I've been Skari, your grateful host. This has been Katie, and this has been Tanya. And we're all hanging out together, and we'll be back tomorrow with more awesome paints and guests. And don't forget, everybody, to hashtag Paintello.
Just put paint on it.
That's the hashtag. You better use it, or else I'll find you, and I'll I'll report your Instagram. I'm just kidding. For not using the hashtag. I'm just joking. I love you all. Thanks so much, everybody. You're all amazing. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.